Hi, welcome to Lunch Break with Lexplore. Today we have a special guest.
Our special guest is school counselor Maggie. She has some wonderful tips in grounding and emotional check-ins to help our children cope during this very difficult time.
Here's Maggie.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. I am Maggie Walsh. I am a school counselor in Hazlet, New Jersey. I work with both 5th and 6th grade students. I also am a licensed associate counselor. I'm working towards becoming a licensed professional counselor. So I work for a nonprofit mental health agency up in the Bergen County area as well. And today I am here to offer some guidance and some support with some tips of how to get through this really difficult time that is going on in our world. And May is also Mental Health Awareness Month, so this is a really fitting time to tune into those self-care strategies when working with yourself, and then also when working with your children. Mindfulness has been an important practice for me personally and professionally, and I am finding that students really gravitate towards it. In the beginning, they might feel a little nervous, or they might feel uncomfortable and laugh and think that it's really funny, because it kind of feels weird. But once they really start developing a routine, it becomes a lot easier for them. And it really allows them to check in with themselves and really center themselves and to be able to identify their emotions. You know, for me and for my students as well, mindfulness enables you to begin to develop some self-compassion, to be able to develop those self-regulation skills, and that's very, very important in general, adding on the layer of a world pandemic as well. So I want to just talk a little bit about some techniques that you can use, and then also some mindfulness apps that might be helpful for you and for your family. So to begin, one thing that I think is really important is to do a check-in with yourself and with your children. And that is a feelings check-in, just to really check in how we're feeling, because a lot of times you ask somebody, hey, how are you, or how are you feeling today? Majority of the time it's good or fine. So we kind of want to expand the emotional vocabulary a little bit more and have them really tune into how they're feeling. What's underlying that happiness? Is it joy? Is it excitement? Is it fear? Is it anxiety? Going on to the internet and printing out a feelings check-in page. It's a piece of paper or poster that has all feelings on it. And if they're really having a hard time identifying that feeling, they can just point to the face that matches that feeling. Starting with that feeling and checking in is going to start increasing that self-awareness. That's really important for everybody. And I also challenge you to do that for yourself as well. So doing a feelings check-in to start the day, or even at night when you're sitting down and having a meal together, that could be beneficial as well. Another thing that I wanted to introduce you to is a grounding technique. And a grounding technique allows you to really center yourself in the moment. So a lot of times our minds are racing, or our behavior might be looking a little different, meaning that we might be acting out in a certain way because there's something else that's going on for us, and we don't always know what that feeling is. So grounding is a way to fully be present and be in the present moment, and it really, really helps us to focus ourselves in that moment and to not think about any of the other worries. So what it's called is a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique. So 5. Identify 5 things that you see. And I really want you to focus on things that aren't just very big and visual. Try to find something in your room or where you are that's a lot smaller that you can pay attention to too. And identify that to yourself. So 5 things that you see. 4 things that you can touch. 3 things that you can hear. 3 sounds that you can hear. 2 things that you can smell. And 1 thing that you can taste. So that's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique. And again, that brings us back to brings ourselves back to being centered and to being present. And I want to end with some mindfulness apps that you can look into. We have, and a lot of them are for free, so they're really helpful for you. Well, one is you can go onto gonoodle.com, and they have a lot of yoga and mindfulness videos. So if you don't feel comfortable as a caregiver yourself to do mindfulness with your children, you can play a video. You can also log into Smiling Minds. This is a really fun website. The one reason why I really enjoy it is because it breaks each meditation and visualization down per age group, so you can really focus on finding things that fit the developmental age of your children. So that's Go Noodle and Smiling Minds. And another app, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard about, is called Calm. Another one is called Headspace. And these are all, again, they have different mindfulness scripts that you can listen to, or mindfulness check-ins that you can do. And a lot of them allow you, again, to check in with your feelings and then guide you through a meditation. So those are just some tips that I wanted to provide for you all. And you know, if anything, and you are panicking in the moment and are having a really difficult time, just focus on your breathing, because just focusing on that inhale and that exhale allows ourselves to go from our fight or flight mode into being present and into being calm. Thank you.